Clemson football is cooked. What's next for Dabo Swinney and the Tigers? Let's talk about it next on the College Huddle. Do us a big favor if you don't mind and smash that like button. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel where we talk about college football right here on the College Huddle. We're trying to do videos almost every day here coming up as we get a little bit more time on the schedule. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel, ring the bell, get notified. Let us know what you think about what we think down in the comments section below. I needed to run in here and hit record and record my thoughts right away. We have a lot of Clemson fans who follow this channel, thanks to Brian over at Clemson Football Live. Clemson football was one of the teams that I talked about possibly winning a college football championship. They had a lot of returning talent. They had a Heisman hopeful at quarterback. But this is just not the Clemson football team that we're used to watching over the course of the last 5 seasons. This has just not been the Clemson football team of the 2016, 17, 18, 19. This is just not the Dabo Swinney national championship Clemson Tigers. They're not. They're not efficient offensively. They make a lot of mistakes. They're turning the football over. They're letting teams stay in football games that shouldn't stay in games. And a lot of the things that they used to get away with, they're not getting away with. Also, pretty unimaginable at moments with some of the play calling. Defensively, they're still good. They hit well, they tackle, they wrap up, they force you to march it down the field. But offensively, Clemson just not putting the biscuit in the basket. They haven't in a while, and they still are having issues. And I know that internally there's been some discussions on whether Dabo Swinney's getting in the way too much offensively with this team. Maybe he is. I know someone like Brian would know more than myself, and I'll obviously be watching out for his videos and be communicating with him after this. But this is not a loss that I foresaw coming for Clemson. I didn't. On my own podcast, I was asking everybody in the call-in show this morning, hey, who are some upset teams that should be on upset alert? Only one person on the entire call-in show said, hey, Clemson better be cognizant that Georgia Tech, they're a good football team. They're 2-0. They get them at home. They should be on upset alert. Shout out Sean Schrock. Everybody else mentioned Miami against USF, Notre Dame against Texas A&M. One guy even said Michigan against Central Michigan. All of that, well, it didn't come to fruition. Only one person said Clemson better be careful. And sure enough, 12 noon, here we are, 3.5 hours later, and Clemson is on the bus ride back to Clemson, South Carolina, or a plane ride, I suppose, with their second loss in 3 games to start the 2025 season. Dabo Swinney's not the guy who won 2 national championships. He's not. He was slow to adapt to the changing landscape of college football. And, he's come around on that somewhat. But I don't know, guys. He just doesn't seem like he has that same mojo that he once did. What do you all think? Do you think Dabo Swinney is the game passed him by a little bit? Sure feels like it when you watch these games. Let's pull open the box score here and take a quick look at the box score here. 24-21 final score. Georgia Tech jumped out on them 10-0. They end up going into halftime 13-7. Clemson gets the lead in the third quarter, 14-13. Georgia Tech comes back, scores a touchdown to make it 19-14. They score a 2-point conversion to make it 21-14. Clemson drives it down the field, makes it 21 all. I think with like a little over 4 minutes, like 4 minutes and 20 some seconds left in the game. Georgia Tech gets the kick, and they methodically make their way down the field, and at the end of the day, they end up kicking the game-winning field goal. It was a long field goal too, um, pretty long field goal. Let's see. Let's see if I can find that for you real fast. Um, yeah, 55. It was a 55-yard field goal by Aiden Burr. 55 yards. He was 3 of 3 today in field goals. Good for him. What a game. Um, but let's look at Clemson. Cade Klubnik, easy enough for me to say. 15 of 26, 207 yards, a touchdown and an interception. Again, those are not Heisman numbers. They're not. I think you can kiss the Heisman Trophy goodbye. I just don't see that being an option for you. Adam Randall had 15 carries for 80 yards and a tutty. Klubnik, he ran the ball 17 times for 62 yards and a touchdown. Tyler Brown, 2 carries, 26 yards. Receiving, you had Bryant Wesco Jr., 7 catches, 126 yards and a touchdown. Where's your help, though? I mean, no one else had a game. Clemson offensively just didn't have the firepower that Georgia Tech did. Look at these team stats. Clemson outgained Georgia Tech by 23 yards. They had 6.2 yards per play. That's pretty good in a game like this. 18 first downs, just as many as Georgia Tech. They were 7 of 12 on third down. Efficiently, they were better than Georgia Tech. They were 1 of 1 on fourth down. They had 9 less plays, but two turnovers, man. 2 turnovers is not going to help, and they possessed the ball just over. Looks like just over 4 minutes less than Georgia Tech did. So when you look at those numbers, they don't look disparagingly terrible. It doesn't look like they were just absolutely like they should have lost that football game. Yeah, it's a close game. So when you have similar numbers and you're in a close game like that, it's the little things that matter. And when the little things matter, coaching matters. And Dabo Swinney's getting out coached. This staff is getting out coached. It's not recruiting. They're not getting Georgia Tech did not out recruit Clemson. I promise you, they didn't. Okay, it's not the transfer portal. Although, like I said, Dabo Swinney's late to the ball game in that he got people out of the transfer portal. He's maintaining his roster. It's not NIL. NIL's fine in Clemson, South Carolina now. Again, late to the game, but he's there. He is doing it. It's coaching. It's the little things. It's development. And Clemson has fallen behind. They have fallen behind, and as far as their chances to win a national championship in 2025, I think it's almost done. I think it's almost done. Like you have to at least win 10 games to be considered. 9-3 in the ACC is not going to get you in unless you somehow win an ACC championship at 9-3. And even an ACC champion at 9-3, a lot of people are going to be, you shouldn't deserve to get in. Argument is going to be made. Even though you will be in, there's going to be the argument made you don't deserve to be in. And it's not going to be any easier for Clemson. They've got Syracuse next, UNC, which is a train wreck, Boston College, not a very good football team. Both those games on the road. Then they host SMU and Duke. SMU game at home is going to be interesting. And then they have a couple big ones to finish the year. They host Florida State. They go to Louisville. That's a tough place to play. They get Furman in a I guess you could say get right game before heading to South Carolina to take on the Gamecocks to finish the season. They have to win the ACC. And not just get to the ACC championship game. They have to win the ACC. If they go 10-2 with a record of 7-1 in the ACC, and then they get to the championship game where maybe they play at Georgia Tech again or a Miami, and then they lose, they're not getting in. So at this point, it's back against the wall. You have to win every game from here on out if you're Clemson. You are where Notre Dame was when they lost to Northern Illinois. Now, here's the difference. Notre Dame went on to win 10 in a row and finish the season 11-1. But their one loss against Northern Illinois, yes, that was a bad loss, but it was only one loss. Yes, I understand your loss against LSU and Georgia Tech are considered good losses compared to Notre Dame's loss to Northern Illinois last year. But you now have two of them. And if you take a third, you're done. You're cooked. You're not getting in because you're not going to win the ACC unless that third is South Carolina and you still somehow win the ACC championship. That's your only path now. You've got to win every ACC game from here on out, and you have to win the ACC championship. That's your only path at this point to getting into the college football playoff if you're Clemson Tigers and you're Dabo Swinney and you're Cade Klubnik. That's your only path to get in now. You stubbed your toe against LSU and everybody went, not too bad. Then you go to Atlanta, Georgia, and you lose to Georgia Tech. Now your back's against the wall, boys. You got to win every ACC game here on out and go win the ACC championship. Can they do it? I have no faith in Dabo Swinney to do that now. I have none. No faith in Dabo going the rest of the season, winning every single ACC game. Now, the schedule sets up nicely for him. All the difficult games he's got, SMU, Florida State, they're at home. The one on the road at Louisville is interesting. And of course the South Carolina one at the end of the day might not even matter. But this team could be staring 9-3, 8-4 in the face and be on the outside looking in at the college football playoff when they started the season next to Penn State as the team with the most returning talent and the quarterback that could lead them to a national championship. And we're 3 weeks in, and it looks like that is a pipe dream for Dabo Swinney and the Clemson Tigers. Let me know what you think down in the comments section below. This is why we love college football. I didn't see this coming. You probably didn't see this coming, but here we are. Let me know what you think. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Have a good rest of your college football Saturday, everybody.